has been a great festival, 25 years of people celebrating the old neighborhood of Rondo and trying to keep the memories alive and hopefully learning the lessons of history about how you do redevelopment in a community.
And have you attended Rondo Days in past years, I assume?
Oh yeah,
How many have you attended?
Actually, this is nice because it's about 20 degrees cooler than traditionally. It's usually it's so hot on this day.
And what kind of support does the city provide this event, this festival?
Well, we do, actually this year we really tried to help raise some money so that we could keep it strong and do a little extra celebration for the 25th anniversary. And it was great. They had a golf tournament. They had a wonderful senior dinner where Katie McWatt got up to be recognized as kind of the honored senior, and she's just been such a powerful voice for the community and reminded us all that we needed to keep fighting on behalf of Rondo and the memory of Rondo.
When I first moved to Minnesota back in the middle 40s or late 40s, we lived in this neighborhood down at 1018 Carroll Avenue. So I lived over in St. Paul for about 4 or 5 years before we moved. I mean, obviously there's a lot of new housing, a lot of new folks have moved into the community, but it's one of those communities where, you know, older folks seem to stay. You know, like I said, there's a lot of people that I kind of grew up with a little bit when I lived over here, and they're still in the neighborhood. I mean, I saw probably a half dozen, 8 people out here today that I kind of grew up with when I was like, you know, 10 and 12, and so they're still around, and the community just seems to have that kind of appeal that people just want to stay here.
They said back in the day when they was building the freeway, my aunt was original. What do you call it? What were they? She was a majorette. She was a lead one in the Elks. I guess they were called the Elks. Yeah, the Elks. I think. What they called the Elks? I don't know. Anyway, they used to practice down in the freeway. We used to ride our bikes down in there. That's all. It was fun. And it was a freeway. Now there's no way. You know, we just go down the little dirt into the freeway, and you know the pivot was there and all that. It was just nice. We just knew it. I mean, people's houses were gone. You know, like my cousin's house, they tore that down and all. They just took people's houses. A lot of people's houses I knew. And then they built the bridge because, you know, we went to Maxfield. So you know, you had to go across a bridge now all of a sudden to get to school. And I remember they moved the old Brooks Funeral Home up on the corner of Carroll, over on Carroll by my aunt's house. So we used to be scared to walk up down the street. Because the funeral home, and then these choirs, the choirs moved into the old funeral home. So we was like, whoa. Well, that's it. I don't know.
What do you think about the celebration today?
It's all right. I mean, it's not like it used to be. It's not as good as it used to be.
How good was it?
Just a lot more majorettes, you know, a lot more drum and bugle corps, you know, just a lot more. I mean, and it wasn't as high. Everything's so high nowadays over there, so that you really don't even go over there unless you got some money.
I've lived here in St. Paul for about 40 years and been to Rondo celebration ever since it started. And it's nice seeing people that you grew up with, people that you went to school with, people like the young lady over there. I knew her mother. It was down at the park. Maybe it was down there first. I can't remember, but it was just good. The weather was nice. There was a lot of people, a lot of joyful things happening. Entertainers was there, storytellers, you know, good food to eat. Just walk around, see old friends. I might eat something, I might buy something, but I'm a little broke, so I won't be buying anything, so I don't need to eat anything. I just had tooth surgery, so I'll just be walking and visiting.
But I try to come to Rondo Days every year because I was born in this neighborhood. Well, you know, I come to see if some of the old people that had left the neighborhood, even from out of town, have come back. Some of them do come back, and I like to see who's here. So every year I'm surprised pleasantly.
What do you remember doing growing up?
Going to the Overboys Club, Hallie Q. Brown, which used to be on Aurora and Kent. Now it's over here, but I used to remember going there playing baseball, dodgeball, going there for camp in the summer. Wintertime to skating, ice skating and what have you. So I've got a lot of memories. I went to McKinley Elementary, which is down there by, well, it's right off of Concordia and Arundel. And then I went to Marshall Junior High, and then I went to Central High School. So So there's no Marshall no more. They changed that now. And then McKinley, they all but taken at the freeway came through, and that was over.
What did your parents say about that?
They didn't say anything about it, actually. As a kid, I didn't hear them say anything. They should have, but they didn't, as far as I know. That it really didn't have to happen, especially with the neighborhood the way it was, but nobody protested it, so it just happened. I think they gave us the wrong reasons why they put the freeway through, but I mean, it's what's done is done. Oh, it's necessary, yeah, very necessary. Neighborhood was tight-knit, a lot of different things going on. The best concept they've had yet is to have this every year, yep.
When I was living in 464 Rondo. That's about a block, two blocks down the street here when I first come here. And then as I grew up and left home, I moved around town. But during that time over in here, you didn't live over here. You were down in the Rondo district.
Tell us about the atmosphere in 49, 50, when you were a teenager, walking around the neighborhood. What was your sense of the community?
Well, at that time, it was probably okay, but it was such a small group of people here that you just stayed in your neighborhood. You didn't go across town. You didn't go out to University Avenue. You didn't go to the east side. I remember when there wasn't no black people on the east side. I can remember when you go downtown, you'd be down there all day. If you see 10 black people, you saw something. That's just the way it was, you know. St. Paul is hard to beat. If you ever stayed here, you'll come back.
And that's what brought you back.
That's right. That's right.
All those memories.
All the memories, and then it's different. You get friends here. You get friends, and everything is okay and it's nice. But you go to other cities, it's different. You know, so you just melt right in and go right on. See.
One of the great things, and this was true in Rondo days, you just had people coming out celebrating. You had a mix of everyone from St. Paul. Clearly the heart and soul of the African American community, but so much more to the broader community. It's a good memory to keep alive.